In a small village nestled between lush hills and vast plains, there lived a girl named Amara. From a very young age, Amara was known for her sharp intellect, a thirst for knowledge, and a dream that burned deep within her heart. She dreamed of becoming a lecturer, one who would teach and inspire young minds. In her village, where the rhythms of life moved slowly, her dreams were as big as the wide African sky. Amara playing with her friends in the village, the sound of laughter in the air. Amara was the pride of her family. Her parents, simple farmers, watched with pride as their daughter excelled in every class she attended. It wasn't easy, but Amara was determined. Each day she would study under the dim light of a kerosene lamp, her mind fueled by the ambition of a future she believed was already hers. "I will become a lecturer," she would say, repeating it like a mantra, "and teach people everything I know." Inside the village school, Amara, a young girl, is seated at her desk. The teacher, Mr. Eze, walks past her desk, stopping to look at her work. "Amara, this is excellent. You will go far in life, my girl. One day you might even be the one teaching us all." "Amara, this is excellent. You will go far in life, my girl. One day you might even be the one teaching us all." "Amara, this is excellent. You will go far in life, my girl. One day you might even be the one teaching us all." Every day at school, Amara was the brightest in the class. Her ambition grew as she did, and her teachers began to notice her potential. She was different, more focused, more driven, with a fire in her heart that no one could ignore. But even in the midst of her brilliance, the weight of the African tradition was never too far behind. While her family supported her dreams, the pressures of cultural expectations loomed large. "What will people say when you become a lecturer?" her aunt once asked. "Can teaching pay the bills?" Despite these doubts, Amara continued to press forward, focusing on the goal that she had set for herself so many years ago. Little did she know that the path ahead would not be as simple as she had imagined. Amara had finally made it. She was now a lecturer at a high university. The joy of standing before a class, teaching the subject she loved, was immeasurable, but it didn't take long for her to realize that the job she had longed for would not be as perfect as she had imagined. Her students were uninterested, distracted by the distractions of city life, office politics, and the demands of research and grading, left her feeling more isolated than she had anticipated. Amara's dream of being a respected educator began to feel like a distant memory. Despite her passion, she struggled to connect with her students and found herself overwhelmed with stress. "Amara, I think you need to loosen up a bit. Not everything has to be about the books. Maybe try connecting with your students on a more personal level." Chijioke's advice was well-meaning, but Amara couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. She was passionate, but the world around her didn't seem ready to embrace her dream. Amara walking through empty corridors, feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders. Her students whisper, uninterested in her lectures. The classroom becomes a place of isolation. After her first job as a lecturer ended in disappointment, Amara didn't give up. She believed that she could succeed in any career. This time, she found herself working at a bank, a far cry from the classroom, but an opportunity to start new. Yet the corporate world proved just as challenging. Amara's boss, Mr. Okoro, was a strict and demanding man. He pushed her hard, questioning every decision she made. Despite her best efforts, she found herself walking the fine line between ambition and exhaustion. Amara, in a corporate office, working late into the night. As weeks turned into months, Amara's spirit began to break. The job was draining her. The promise of financial security was overshadowed by the lack of fulfillment in her heart. She missed the purpose she had once felt as a teacher. Her heart longed for something more, and then came the day that changed everything. Mr. Okoro fired her. Amara's world seemed to be falling apart, but as the saying goes, when one door closes, another opens. Amara, desperate for a fresh start, took on a completely different kind of work, a bricklayer's job. It was the hardest physical labor she had ever done. But as she worked alongside the men, she began to learn new skills: how to mix cement, lay bricks, and build something from the ground up. It was grueling, but it was also humbling. Amara learned that the value of work was not just in the title or position, but in the effort and resilience one put into it. As Amara's journey continued, she realized that her true calling had always been waiting for her, back in the village where she had first dreamed of becoming a teacher. She returned to her roots, embracing a new path, becoming a farmer. With each season, the land began to flourish, and so did Amara. Amara's farm became a success, and her community began to look to her for guidance. She found herself teaching the younger generation about the value of hard work, the importance of sustainability, and how to live in harmony with the land. In the end, Amara realized that destiny is not something you can plan. Life will lead you on a journey full of twists and turns, and it's how you adapt that matters. Life's journey is unpredictable, but through resilience, adaptability, and hard work, you can achieve fulfillment even in ways you never imagined.